Okie dokie. Alright, I believe we should be good to go. Let me double check on my YouTubes. Looks like we're doing great. Awesome! Hi guys! It's been a super crazy last couple of days. There's been some really good stuff going on. Just FYI, I moved my desk and I don't have a long enough Ethernet cable yet. So I lowered the stream quality just a little bit just to sort of make sure that I would be able to stream for you guys. So if it gets a little squirrely today, I'm extremely sorry. I'm making it work. So we've got renovators and stuff coming in tomorrow to do some renovating in the kitchen. So everything's been moved. So I'm not in my usual spot. So I apologize for everything, guys. My music isn't. Okay, there it is. Okay, Miso. Miso has decided that now is the perfect time to jump into my lab when I'm getting ready to do some drawing. I literally sat down to get comfortable, and she's like, okay, it's time to get in your lap now. And I'm like, no? I wish you didn't. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry, I'm getting the cat comfortable within my lap. Are you comfy, Miso? Yeah? Okay, cool. Alright, now let's get to work. Sorry about that, guys. I literally did not expect Miso to jump into my lap literally at the moment that I started streaming. But here we are. Okay. So today I have a set of pages that I'm working on. Let me zoom out a little bit. Got a set of pages that I'm working on, and one of the pages... No data. That's no bueno. No data. What's going on? Are we dropping frames? Doesn't tell me we're dropping frames. Let's see. Should be a stream health option here. There we go. Let's see what's going on here. Stream health, it's telling me it's excellent. That should be a good thing. So we'll just keep going, I guess. Okay, sorry guys. I was just making sure. It told suddenly YouTube will tell me how what the health of my stream is, and it just all of a sudden went no data, and that's not bueno. But anyway, so there's this new 3D app thing called Manga, and I have Manga on my computer, and so I've been kind of testing it out, and I bought the full thing, and for the most this is the let me actually grab this really fast. I'll kind of show you. So I wanted to try this out. Oh, it is normal. Oh, this is what's not normal. All right, so this is let me actually show you the original that it gave me. The color. All right, so this is what it gave me. This sort of grayish thing, and I don't know, I didn't like it just being black and white, so I added a little bit of color. You can actually customize the color. I'm not going to show you guys the actual app. It's too heavy on my laptop. I don't think that I could stream the Manga app. But I was able to get a screenshot. You can see the little plus and gear icon symbol here. And these are things that are already in there. And so this is going to be useful later for me with this particular scene that I'm drawing. And so what I plan to do with this is I plan to use it as just my sketch. I think it'll be pretty cool. Let's see, we're gonna do set this to that, and then set this to multiply. That way, all of the sketches and stuff underneath it, I can still use to my advantage, which would be really nifty. So yeah, that's one of the things that I've been playing with is that Manga app, and it's pretty nifty. Those were models that were already in there, and there's thousands of models, so it's really, really cool. So, and then I've got a 3D model here for this little pier thingy. I always struggle with these sorts of objects. Oh, what happened? Why did my navigator view freak out? Oh, because I had the 3D model on, that's why. I forgot to rasterize the pier. Let me rasterize that really quick, guys. I just realized that it wasn't rasterized yet. But I did that before I started. My apologies. I'm gonna rasterize that really fast. So just give me 1 second. That little pier thingy here is what I'm gonna rasterize. So, sorry, it takes a second. I've got the spinning wheel of death going if you guys can't see it. Super fun stuff. Ooh, thunder. Alright, looks like that's done. Fantastic. Alright, cool. And I'll probably just like use it just as it is. I probably won't change too much of it. And then I just have this up here to sort of separate out the kind of like bamboo background. I think is really, really neat. So I have a bunch of characters and stuff that she'll be engaging with. Let me recenter that. Sorry, when I change pages that I click on, it'll like freak out and try to. Okay, why is it recentering? I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, I know why it's doing that. Okay, I need to move this then. Whoops. Okay, and then this. Sorry guys, I was messing around with this overlay a little bit, and I must have not had everything centered correctly. My apologies. Alright, let's actually get to work. So, let me throw my white cover back on just so that I can see clearly. Okay. And this is just a sketch of Ren that I have here. It's sort of like my cleaned up sketch that I'm gonna use. And I'll just turn that to blue. And then I'll go back over it. Where is the other characters that I had? That was the model that I used as reference. You guys can see that here. Super helpful to have like those references sometimes. And when I I'm one of those people that when I have 3D models, I never use it like just exactly as is, because to me, like the models are never accurate, really. They're like good for an estimated guess, but that's about all they're good for. Let's see. Trying to find where my sketch or the other characters went. I must have accidentally turned them off. Oh no, cat. What did you do? I think it's this one. Okay, yeah, it was this one. Look how off this perspective was, guys. This is why you use 3D models. Like, look at this pier that I have here. Look at this. It's like, let me see if I can go back then. Look at this. This here was my original perspective for the pier. It's so wildly off, and that's why I use a 3D model to at least help me get it in the right place. And I'm gonna draw on top of this pier. I'll be drawing on top of it to like make it look how I want. But dang, that's why you do that. All right, so let me turn that off so it's not. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in the bubbles here. Super easy to do. On the right hand side, you can kind of like just barely see it. I've got my I'll actually open this so I can show you how I do this. So the way that I do this for like my lettering and stuff is I have that's the wrong one. I have like balloons, and then I have like balloons that are used for telepathy, and then I have balloons that are used for like the main stuff. And then I have like frames, like specialty frames or narration, or for like the back of my manga, like the covers, I'm gonna have like these special frames that I use as bases, and then I just like erase the blanks and I put in the blanks that I want to use. So that's how I do that. But in my main, I have all of like my basic. Hope you guys can see it. There you go. In my main, I kind of have all my basic dialogue bubbles that I would use, and each one of these, like, I have a specific purpose for. So like any that are sort of like these cornered, like they're not super round or smooth, I use those for any animals, or spirits in the sense of like Coco. Like Coco and Ak would use these, or Zaw when he speaks, they would use those bubbles because they're speaking, but it's not normal speech, but like they're speaking. And then like regular, like the default bubbles or like the nice rounded ones I'll use for people. And then if they're telepathy, like, because Aros and Rin are Miape, they have like a mental link where it's sort of like, it's like a hive mind almost, where they can all talk to each other, like in their brains, and so they have like a double. They have like a double bubble. Hey, Vatsky, what's up? How you doing? I'm just streaming on YouTube for once. I'm trying to stream more often. I need to set it up so that I can stream to Twitch as well. But because I'm not connected to my Ethernet today, like they're getting ready to do renovations tomorrow, and so like I had to move all my stuff. So my Ethernet cable is too short, so I have to go buy a new one, which really sucks. So I'm just putting in some bubbles now. So doing some fun lettering and gonna do some inking. So. And doing pretty well on MangaPlus. I'm so freaking stoked. Like, we have like 7,000 reads so far, and we're in 9th place with, I think, like about 48 to 30 hours left. Or no, wait. Yeah, wait, 2 days. I can't math. Okay, so like about 50 some hours left. I can't math. What is math? Dude, right? For real. I'm so freaking stoked. I'm like legitimately serious. I did not expect to even get to I'm gonna move this over because I'd like to be able to see my stuff. I just have like a limited window that I work in, but I'll leave this open so you can see where I'm working at. I didn't even expect to like be on the leaderboard like at all. I legitimately thought I was gonna be like lucky to get like 50th or like top 100 because a lot of people enter this contest every month. And then I heard the release date of Zelda, like the new Zelda game, May 12th, and I'm like, holy crap! Like after May 12th, and like once summer comes, people are gonna be too busy doing stuff. Everyone's gonna have time to enter. Everyone's gonna have time to submit. Everyone's gonna be doing stuff. So like, I need to get my stuff in like ASAP. And so like, I did the math and I'm like, oh, it's the 3rd. If I submit today, I have 9 days, which means like my contest period will be over like before the game submits. Because like once the game is live, because I shared a demographic with the people who play the game, and I'm like, my demographic will be too busy playing a game. Right? So I'm like, shit, like, let me just do it now. Let me just do it now. And so I submitted, and it was kind of like just a last minute, like, let's do it. Like let's go all in. And it's working out really well. So, and now the tricky part is I have to hold that top 10 placement until the end of the month. It doesn't matter how I place when I'm done. It matters how I place at the end of the month, and you never know like who will submit like before the end of the month. But I'm hoping that people are going to be too busy and they're not going to submit this month. They're going to be too busy having summer vacation, finishing finals, playing video games. Like I'm hoping they're going to be too busy to do very much. So I'm gambling. we're gonna see if the dice is in my favor this year. So. Oh yeah, really boring dialogue here. Really boring dialogue. Oh my goodness. I always put in the dialogue before I do like my final drawings. Because I want to be sure that like it looks good and it's in the right place and it's the right size. Like, frickin' lettering. Frickin' lettering. My friend just got a gig, their first official gig lettering with Shonen Jump, and I'm so proud of them. Yeah, lettering is like really, really important. I did my first like official lettering gig for TPub, which is a publisher in the UK. Oh, it's raining. I was like, what's that noise? Oh, hi, lightning and thunder. Hello. It's like, whoa, there it goes. Yes. I'm like so motivated when it's raining and thundering outside. I get so motivated to do stuff. I really need to be more active on this channel. Like, I have like over 2,000 followers here. Like, I'm crazy for not like streaming more often. Right? It helps. Lettering gig digitally? Yeah. Almost all lettering is done digitally nowadays. Of course, you still have like your occasional hand letterers. It was all digital. I didn't do the initial lettering, but it's a comic called Imitation Capital. Let me grab you a link. It's really, really good. I really love it. Let me grab you a link to it. Essentially what happened is they needed it re-lettered for digital, and they liked it so much that they're like, oh hey, we're gonna use this for the print as well. And so they're like, this is really great, can we use it for the print? I'm like, heck yeah, that's awesome. Hi, Kaido, hello. I hope I said your name correctly. So that's the comic that I lettered for TPub. So after I lettered it, I edited the existing lettering to make it work for digital, because the thing that a lot of people don't think of is how small your lettering is going to look once it's like on a phone, because a lot of people read these days on their phone, and so you have to consider the size that it'll be, and so that's why I edited the lettering for them. Let's see. Whoops, why is... Oh, okay. So after I edited the lettering for them, they're like, yo, this looks really good. Thank you. So far, we're number 9. But we have... Let's see, how many days left? I posted on the 3rd, and so if you count a full 168 hours, on the 10th at 3 p.m. Central is when my timer runs out. Any big tips on lettering? Yes, actually. I have a wonderful website for you that will be so helpful. The big thing is make sure the font that you're using, because I know you're doing this commercially, make sure the font that you're using, you have or the typeface, you have permission to use commercially. And if it's for an actual publisher, you have to make sure that they also have the license. Because that can get you in really hot water legally, so you have to make sure that it's something that you can use. There's a website called Blambot, and they have an amazing tips and tricks section, and there's even a book that Nate Pecos, he's the guy who runs this, created, and it has been like one of the most helpful books I've ever purchased in my life. But a lot of the tips that he has are on this website, blambot.com/pages/lettering tips. Yeah, Blambot. It's you can buy fonts there, but the guy that runs it is a professional letterer for comics, like actual Western comics. So it would be really, really helpful to to like hang out within this website or buy his book. I don't have like affiliate or anything. I just really freaking loved his book. And it was really helpful because when I lettered for TPub, I had never lettered for anybody else before. I'd only lettered my stuff. You're welcome. So, hey, Akaido, are you going to, Akaido, are you going to submit as well? Yeah, not my hair. Hang on, guys, let me put my hair up. My hair is getting long enough now that I actually have to put it up, otherwise it just sits on my neck and drives me freaking crazy. Okay, sorry. I promise I'm gonna draw today. I have this amazing panel that I'm so excited to draw. I can't wait to get to this bottom panel. Oh, you did? You placed 5th? Hey, oh, sweet. I must have missed it. Was it, you said December. Yeah, I was super crazy busy in December. I had COVID in December. I got COVID on like the first week of December, that first weekend. And so I was like offline for like 2 or 3 weeks. That's probably why I missed it. I was dead to the world for like 3 or 4 weeks. No worries, Basky. Thank you for being here. I just appreciate you guys being here. Let's see. I have 2 more chapters finished, but it's for the full book release. Oh, okay. I see. That's actually pretty smart. Like, if you can, like, hold on to that, and then, like, wait until you're ready, that will be really helpful. Because you can, like, you'll already have stuff done in advance. So, probably not necessarily a bad idea. This poem is too much. Oh, I need to get my reference for this character up. Oh, I already have my reference right here. I hope people are probably going to be like, you broke the 180 rule. Yeah, on purpose. I already got that feedback from somebody. They're like, you broke the 180 rule. Yeah, like, I did it intentionally. Like, this is one of those rare cases where I'm going to break it intentionally. Do you post it anywhere else, or is it just on MangaPlus? I love inking. I do love inking. It's really fun. Okay, so this is... How long have I worked on Godsbane? 13 years! Way too long. Well, okay, trick question. When did I start writing Godsbane? 13 years ago. When did I start drawing Godsbane? As in, like, when did I officially start drawing Godsbane? Last year. So I started Godsbane way back in 2010 with the fox character Ock and the little bird Coco. Those were initially the 2 main characters, but they weren't like I wasn't initially going to make a comic or a manga. It was just supposed to be like silly little characters I was going to use for my animation classes. I was studying animation at the time, and I needed some dummy characters to animate my classes. And I decided to create a quadruped, which was a absolutely terrible idea. 0 out of 10, would not recommend. And I had this sort of like weird fox character laying around. I'm like, well, that sounds fun. Let me use that. Would not recommend using a quadruped. And I hadn't really been drawing much before that point. And so anything artistic was new to me. I literally didn't start drawing until I was 18. In college. Before college, I almost never drew. And so it was really, it was an experience, let me tell you. Suddenly going from, like, never really drawing to suddenly having to draw for all my homework assignments. I was woefully underprepared and not ready. So that was I only had Ock, and that was for my Animation 101 course. And the year after that, I needed another college credit I think I was like 2 credits shy of having enough credits to keep my insurance, because my insurance was based through the military and my dad's health insurance through the military. I needed to have a certain amount of classes on my roster to be considered full-time and keep my insurance. or I had to be a full-time student to keep my insurance, which is so stupid. So I asked my teacher if I could retake the animation 101 or 101 course just to like have something to take. And he's like, yeah, sure, like that would be perfectly fine. He's like, the only thing is you have to create a different character. And I was like, oh, okay, no big deal. And so I created like the little bird character Coco, and he, if you don't remember, he looks like this. Got his eyeballs, and he's got like little teeth here. 10 out of 10 Coco drawing. That's Coco. Got like a little necklace here or whatever. That's Coco. And so I created the silly little bird, and I was like jokingly drawing them together, and my teacher goes, oh, how do these characters know each other? I was like, shit, man, I don't know. I don't know. And so I've spent the last 13 years answering that question. And after I finished my animation degree, I decided that I didn't like being an actual animator. I didn't want to like actually do like the tweens and stuff, which I like animating. I just didn't want to do it for a career. So I switched into illustration. I transferred to another college and got my illustration degree. And it just so happens that one of the teachers at my school had worked on Garfield for almost 20 years at that point, like 20 some years. And he was the one who got me in the direction of making comics. So it's all his fault. It is entirely his fault. But he was just a really, really good supportive teacher. Really supported me. And like encouraged me even though I was drawing manga, and like a lot of people didn't encourage me because I drew manga and anime-ish styled artwork, even though like I tried not to do it for homework, but you know, like the way you naturally draw seeps through into everything, right? That's just the way it goes. It wasn't like I was doing it on purpose. But it just kept seeping into everything, and he was just really supportive of me. And I've promised him that I will never give up, and I absolutely hated the way that my thesis looked. It was gross. I wasn't allowed to do it as a manga like I wanted to. And so I've spent the last, I graduated 8 years ago. I've spent the last 8 years, he was the one who sort of got me into making comics. Like going from, because I knew when I left my animation degree, I didn't want to make animation, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do something similar. So initially I was going towards storyboarding, and Mr. Barker, he was the one who sort of directed me into comics. And so after that, I kind of was like, well, let me figure out what kind of story I want to make, what kind of characters do I want to have, what do I want it to be about. And then in 2018, I interned at a manga publisher called Tokyo Pop. So I interned with them for, June, July, August, September, about 4 months. I interned with them in California, and that was when I knew that I wanted to make manga. And so, but after my internship, I learned, during my internship, I learned that I didn't know anything about making manga, like I thought I did. I didn't know anything about making comics. I didn't know anything about making manga. And so I spent like the next 3 years like teaching myself about making manga, like how to do it, what is komawari, what is kishotenketsu, what is like all of the stuff. How does it all work? And I feel like now I'm finally at the point that I feel comfortable enough to finally start like making manga. And I also took 3 years to rewrite the story, because my betas they liked a different character named Aros, and so and Aros is this guy. This is Aros, my main character. He was initially like some nobody character. He was like some random like minion guy, and my betas at the time really liked this character, and they're like, oh my gosh, like you should totally like have like a short story from his perspective. And I was like, I don't know, like it would be a lot of work to rewrite it, so I did like just like a short little thing from his perspective, and they absolutely went bonkers over it. They loved it. And that was in 2018 that I did that, because I needed something to do while I was on my internship, and my internship wasn't for drawing, it was for more like the business side of manga, like editorial, working with the editor. Like I got to help the editor a little bit, take off like going through some of her stuff, and she taught me all about that. So it was a lot. So I spent that time focusing on the writing aspect of Godsbane. It was called something different at the time. And so yeah, I focused on the writing for a little bit. And that was the same year that like Shonen Jump had this really big competition, and I really wanted to enter, but I just didn't feel ready, so I didn't enter. Which I kind of, yeah, dude, like my experience, like that internship completely changed my life in so many ways. While I was out there in LA, I was at Anime Expo, and I had to like walk one of the artists, Natalia Batista. She does Sword, Princess Amaltea, who's really good, by the way, super funny, like totally f's up gender roles, is hilarious. And I walked her to a Wacom and Clip Studio panel at Anime Expo. Of like how to draw manga, and when I got there, like they had like an extra seat, and Natalia goes, "Hey, like Kat draws. She also uses Clip Studio. Like you should have her." And of course, I'm sitting there like, "What are you saying? Don't do it! Stop!" And they're like, "Oh, well, can we see some of your art?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So I'm like, "Oh, I don't have a portfolio ready. I didn't expect this." So like, I learned always have something ready, always have portfolio ready, always have like quick links or something saved on your home on your phone or something. So like I pulled it up and they're like, okay, yeah, this is great. Like we can definitely have you on. That'd be awesome. So I'm like, oh my god, but I had to ask Tokyopop for permission because I'm like, I was supposed to go back and help at the booth. So I'm like, hey, Kay, hey Stu, can I be on the panel that Natalia's on? And they're like, yeah, that's great. Like, just come back when you're done. And I'm like, oh my god, this is really cool. So I get on the we're setting up for this panel to start, right? And like the tech doesn't work. Something with the tech wasn't working, and the guy who was supposed to moderate needed to run back to the Wacom booth to go get like a new piece of equipment. And he's like, I need somebody to moderate because like we have to start. Like you can't hold a panel because they're usually like really go. And so he looks at all of these artists. He's like, who wants to moderate? And nobody says anything. And like I had already been live streaming. I'd been live streaming on the actual like website live stream way back when, if that tells you anything. And nobody says anything because artists are shy. And I'm like, I'll do it. He's like, what experience do you have? And I'm like, oh, I've done lots of live streams. I can totally do it. And he's like, okay. So we did. Yeah. The rest, I did so well that they invited me back to moderate the panel the next day. So I was able to moderate twice. And then so that was Anime Expo in 2018. And then the next week, I got an email from Graphics Lead, who's the distributor for Clip Studio in the United States and the Americas and Europe. So I get a message from him, and he's like, hey, we were really, really impressed with how you did, and when you were at our booth, you were really helpful with people, and you answered their questions. Like, how would you like to be our resident at the Wacom booth, the Wacom/Cope Studio booth at San Diego. And I was like, San Diego Comic Con? I get to be your resident at San Diego Comic Con? And he's like, if you can be here. So I have never had a more pathetic look on my face than when I looked at Stu Levy, who was, you know, CEO of Tokyo Pop, and Kay Winters, our sort of marketing PR person. And I'm like, hey guys, can I know I was supposed to help you at San Diego, but can I go be a resident for Wacom? And they're like, yeah, sure, okay, basically. So they were totally fine with it as long as I could make like my own arrangements. Like they couldn't like set up my arrangements for me because I wouldn't be working with them at the con. So like I had to set up my own arrangements. So I got my own arrangements set up. And you know, got into the con and it was amazing. It was super awesome. And I've gotten to do like some webinars for Graphicsly and Clip Studio. The animation dance party things that they do for Livebox, I got to do some like promo work for that. Just some really cool opportunities that came out of it. And it just goes to show like you just gotta say yes sometimes. just gotta take the risk. Sorry, that's like one of my favorite stories to tell. It makes me really excited to share that story. Of like the year of 2018. The year 2018 was both the best and worst year of my life. So, super crazy year. Super crazy year. Sorry, I hope that wasn't boring. And I'm a little loud, so sorry about that, guys. Can you see why I was good? Well, can you see why that I was willing to be a good moderator? Or willing to be a moderator? I talk way too much. I'm just excited, okay? I'm like a little dog. I get excited extremely easily when I'm in like my zone, which is cognizant. I just realized, so like you can see about like my little navigator view, like I've just realized that my recordings now are going to have like my little like subscribe cat in them. I hope when I download them it doesn't have my branding in it. I didn't even think about that. Because I want to be able to like speed these up and use them as shorts, like short movies or whatever. But I didn't even think about what it would look like once set up because I completely forgot about the branding that I have there. Let's see. I'm gonna fill this in. I hope you guys like my stories. Let's do a quick go. I'm going to lower the opacity of this so I can see it a little bit better. Alright, let me see what that. Whoops. Okay, cool. You get this one. Why is my phone going off? My phone keeps going off. Oh. Okay. So did you all have a good weekend as well? Hopefully, yeah. You guys get your stuff done? Oops. Let's see what's going on here. Let me make sure YouTube's not pulling my leg here. Yeah, well, looks like it's behaving itself. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, cool. Alright. I need to eat too, I just realized I haven't eaten yet. Probably should have done that before I started streaming. I'm optimistic though with like the whole MangaPlus thing in general. I'm like pretty optimistic with it. Like some people have been asking me like about how I feel about like the person's in first place. And like I know them and I don't think they're doing it in a malicious way. But I think also people are seeing it and they're like, oh my gosh, like what is this? And so everyone clicks on it and then everyone reads it and then it gets them extra views. It's just weird. In general, and yeah. I mean, hey, the dude figured out how to game the system, so I mean. Let's see. There it is. This is the white layer. Yep. These files are so big, guys. So, like, I'm sorry if it gets like a little laggy. These are really big files. These are at the 600 DPI. At twice the they're basically B4 at 600 DPI, so they're already pretty large. And then you add the 600 DPI on top of it, and it just goes, Lord have mercy. And then you add the streaming on top of it, and I'm using a laptop, not a desktop, so my poor computer is like, are you trying to kill me? No, you just need to get good, laptop. You need to get good. This is why you should name your layers, guys, because I'm now having to check everything. Alright, let's draw Ren. Ren is fun. She's a fun character. She's a little crazy. She is a hunter who died a really long time ago in the canon world, and so in her anger, she became a hunter of humans, more or less. And I'm really looking forward to like telling her story. I actually have like a separate manga that I'm gonna write to tell her story. I'm really excited to get to do that. I mean, like, obviously, like, I'll go over her story in the canon, manga, the original manga. I shouldn't be saying canon because it's all original, technically. It's just sharing what her story is. But I'm really excited to share that. Let's see, this is her head, so it would be what her actual head shape is. I don't know why I made that. Oh, whoa, that's really big. What's she said? Her eyes are really dark, so she's got like a really. I haven't decided like what color like their scar actually is. Thanks for auto-saving, Clip, but that was a bad time to do it. I appreciate the effort, Clip. I do appreciate the effort. I can't wait till I can upgrade to 2.0 on this machine, though. Not having 2.0 is frustrating. Because, for whatever reason, when I, like, they've already addressed this, but for, like, they're moving over their payment system to something else. And so, a lot of people that try to purchase a new license, you know, it's like these are in a second machine, because now you have to actually buy 2 licenses, or you have to add a second one onto your original one. So, when I was trying to do that, it kept erroring and it like wouldn't accept my card. And the reason why is because they're moving everything over to a new system, and so I can't buy the second license, which is $15, which is not that bad considering I know like it's already monthly, right? So I was gonna buy like to pay $15, add a second computer on, and I have to wait until probably like almost the end of the year just to get access to my second license. And so my computer is stuck on version 1, and my tablet, my Samsung S8, has the version 2. So, which is a little frustrating, not gonna lie. I'd really like to have version 2. Because I really like it. Like on my Samsung, I really like it. It's nice. I really like all of the new stuff. Plus, I don't have, like, I guess I could get a monthly membership on this machine if I wanted. I don't know if I want to pay for 2 of them, though. Because I have a bunch of, so there's like a monthly membership that, you know, with the monthly membership, you can download a bunch of screen tones every month, and every month they upload new ones. I didn't know that when you don't have 2.0 anymore, or when you don't have a monthly membership, you don't have access to them. So, I have to, like, you know, I moved my monthly membership over to my tablet when I got it, so now I would have to buy another monthly membership just to use a bunch of my stuff. So what I do instead is I have everything uploaded to the cloud, and so then I just like switch it back over to my Samsung tablet. I add in the tones, and then I switch it back to my computer. Only if I'm using like those specific tones, but what I did is I was able to like find replacements for them, like other tones that are very similar that'll do until I can like get my stuff back. So if you guys are chatting, like just FYI, nothing's changing on my end. So hopefully it's just like I know Batsky said you were lurking, so you're good. But I just want to be sure, like. I'm not ignoring you guys. Clip Studios or YouTube's not telling me that anyone is updating or talking, so just FYI, letting you all know. If you're chatting, I can't see any updates. And here's her other earring. My feathers. I'm not drawing them super detailed because in reality she's really small on the screen. I shouldn't be drawing it as detailed as I am. But ultimately it's not really going to matter that much. It really isn't. I don't know why I'm being so picky and it's not going to matter. Rain is such a spitfire. She's really fun. She's the type of girl that will, how how do I explain it? How do I explain Lynn? She doesn't feel bad about hurting people. She's very much like a monster player. And she doesn't apologize to anybody. Let me grab her reference real quick. I suddenly forgot what her pants look like. That was good. This over here. I only need a small sliver. So what I'll do is I'll just have I'll have like my sliver this way. And here's my reference right here. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if there was a belt under those. And then this comes over this way. And then it's just, okay, so her shoes. I'm gonna hold her shoes after Shishram Rose. Because I always thought his shoes were so cool. Except hers have like this little tie at the top. No, she just like ties them. Hi, Half Day. Your comment got 23rd place when I first posted it last month, but it lagged all the way to 56. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, honestly, is I'm afraid of like the lag behind. Because like right now I'm at 9th, but I would be honestly kind of shocked if I finished in the top 20. Like just to be like completely honest. Well, we'll see. That's awesome though that you still at least finished like in the top, like almost in the top 50. I feel like just knowing how many you submit, I feel like that you should still be proud of. Did you submit this month or was it just last month? Because you said you submitted last month, so did you submit this month too? And welcome to the stream, by the way. Nice to have you. For what is perspective? I don't know. I can't perspective today. You didn't submit this month? Oh, yeah. I kind of figured. Yeah, it's a pretty busy month. I'm not in college anymore, but I lived in an apartment complex that like has a lot of college kids. Finals was last week. And so like everyone was freaking out. Everyone was doing their finals. The internet was horrible. And of course the parties on Friday were equally as bad. Because everyone's like, hi, finals are done, no. Like, so the internet was not fun last week. And I worked from home, and so, like, I do global comic stuff during the day. So, it was crazy. Oh, good luck with your finals. I hope everything, hey, I'll get a drink here really quick. Good luck with your finals. I hope things go well. What are you studying? Oh, sorry, you don't have to answer that. It's just out of habit. I like asking people. Okay. I feel like I made her a little too... Physics? Dude, that's awesome! I love physics. Physics and chemistry, balancing equations, like, all of that stuff is fun to me. I love that stuff. When I get stressed, I literally will go balance chemical equations and, like force reactions. Like, like, I will go do that stuff for fun when I get stressed, because it turns off emotional brain and turns on logical brain, and then I don't get sad anymore because my brain is too focused on logical things. So that's super dope. That's so cool. Well, good luck with your finals. That's a lot of work. I believe in you. Yeah, I love physics. I think that from this angle, maybe you wouldn't necessarily see it. I don't know why I'm being so picky. Like, this is gonna be so small, you won't really get to see it, so I don't know why I'm being so picky. I need to stop. Stop being so picky, it doesn't matter. I get obsessed with doodling sometimes, and it's like, God, it's okay. Like, just chill, bro. Like, these... close. Ding ding ding, my Discord's going off. Multi-core. Oh, it's my Discord. It's the Discord. Is that you? I'm pretty sure that's you. Yeah, I have noticed on the guy from your stream. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's legitimate enough to me. I'll take it. Let me give you the visitor role. Whoops. I hit the wrong button. Come on, cat. Manage. Edit roles. Visitor. Alright, coolio. So, you're a visitor now, you have access to the rest of the server. I would recommend that you stop by the grab a role, which should be right underneath the introductions channel. Grab your roles and stuff. And then feel free to sort of look around. We have all sorts of really cool sections in this server. We have education, we have a job board, we have places for like promotion. The way we do our promotions is you set up a thread for your own comic, That way, if people want to follow your individual thread, anytime you post there, like they'll get notified that you've made a new post there. That way, everyone can sort of like keep. That way, people aren't like fighting to promote on top of each other. You know what I mean? Because if you have like just like a single channel where everyone's posting their links, it's really easy to like get buried. And so we have it set up as a thread so that everyone can follow individual comics within that particular server. It's really, it's a great idea. I think it's worked really well. Super fun. So that's what we do in our Discord. So yeah, go ham, have fun. Let's see, what time is it? Oh, my the Quack group is live. Okay, shoot, I didn't realize that they were going live today. I thought they just got back from Wicked West. I didn't think they would have the energy to stream. Huh. My Discord keeps doing it. Okay, guys. All right, so I have this group called the Quack Collaborative. It's QAC. I stream there with them in the evenings, and it's sort of like it's just like a comic collaborative group. Based on like my friend group from Colorado. I'm initially from Colorado. We were part of a collaborative called Red Team Go, kind of fell apart. We made a new collaborative. So I stream with them in the evenings. So I need to go over there and go stream with them. I will provide you a link to where I will be if you would like to follow us over there. If you like sci-fi, one of the guys there, if you like Star Trek, he has his own sort of like Star Trek inspired comic. Super duper cool. His name is Guy Davis. So I would highly recommend you check them out. Let me grab a link for you where I will be. I will be joining there momentarily. Providing my stream wants to like behave itself. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry I wasn't live here very long. I completely forgot about the Quack live stream tonight. If you guys haven't, please check out my manga on MangaPlus. If you haven't already, a link for that is in the description, but I'm going to grab you guys another link to throw in the chat right now. Every single page view counts. And so if you guys would be kind enough to give me your views, give me your likes, give me your favorites, give me your comments, whatever you like, just let me know. So if you guys haven't read my manga yet, please read it. I would greatly appreciate it. You guys have been absolutely amazing as always, and I was really happy to actually like have some people to come in and come chat with. I'm definitely looking forward to streaming more. So I've been kind of a coward about it. So thanks again, everyone, and I will see you guys all soon. Ciao.